So it's a Sunday morning. The clocks have gone back. So that would normally be 11 something, I guess, around 11. And yeah, it's about 10. Which is nice, the clock's gone back a bit. Makes me feel like I'm in a more regular routine. Makes me feel like I'm getting up earlier. Am I getting up earlier? According to whoever says what time it is. You know grandmother doesn't know what time it is. That's an old line. Time for a haircut, maybe. Time for a haircut. Is the hairdresser going to give me a comment and say why have I left it so long? One of the reasons I left it so long is I don't want that question. I don't want the question, why have you left it so long, so I keep putting it off. They don't always say why have you left it so long, actually. They kind of send hints to come more regularly, you know. Kind of say this stuff. They're like, yeah, come back in a few weeks. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly why I'm not coming back in a few weeks. Maybe that's the sensitivity to being told what to do. Things like an order. Things like a pressure list. Pressure mode head. I've got a matcha latte here. Let's see the nice green colour. Green is a very calm. I don't know if that looks like green on the camera. This is from my wife. My wife is been laying off the caffeine, so she gave me the rest of her matcha tea powder. Well, I asked for it. She was like, yeah, you can have it. And I was like, oh, great. I was actually thinking of buying it. It was quite expensive, so it's nice to get some free. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's alright. Even with dairy milk on the top. Probably better with oat milk, but... So what is there to talk about this morning? Well, the bathroom needs decorating. My dad's giving me ideas to sort of do decorating, blah blah blah. I have a feeling he may have been a bit hyped up on a coffee when he said that. I mean, he enjoys that, but I don't really want to have to learn plastering. Maybe it would be good in the long term. He's got a good point to be able to do these things yourself, save money, so you're not stuck in a position, if you can't afford to pay a decorator, at least you have the ability to do yourself. He's a wise man in that respect, but it's like, I feel like thinking, saying, Dad, you've been doing this for like years and years and years. You haven't taught me how to do it. I've tried learning him sometimes, but it's just, he's not the type of guy that can teach things easily, because he's so in his zone that he's like just kind of. Remember once when he showed me where a route was, where bus stops was, like where to go one time, and he was like, all right, we're going to count the bus stops to get to this destination. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just like driving. It's like, what? How does that help me know the route that we've counted how many bus stops? I'm not going to walk along counting bus stops. I just want the route. This was before Google Maps and all of that. This was back when, I don't even know if you'd even print, you'd print off a map maybe, if that. I guess you'd print off a map if you had the internet. The internet. The internetting. I'd like my dad to be able to come here and we do the decorating together, or we just sort of watch him do it. Stand by, get him a tea or something. Just have the company. And I miss those days. It's funny when you have them, you don't miss them. It's just like, this guy just making a mess, not putting dust sheets down, getting paint everywhere. You look back on it, that's like the child. I'm just like 3.5 hours drive, so it's not even fair to expect him to come. He was hoping to possibly come at some point, but I think I can say he doesn't really want to, and I don't blame him. Sort of 7 hours driving in total, and he sometimes doesn't drive that fast, so it could be even longer than that. Sometimes it could even take him 4 hours. And what was my dad now? 1950, June 1956. June 1956. 68, I guess. Yeah. He's 68. Still quite active. So I'm hoping to sell up. Get a house with my wife, finally, after all these years. Well, she only got married in January, so not all these years as husband and wife, but these years together. We met 6 years ago. October 2004. No, October the 14th, 2018. Our daughter was born October the 14th, 2021, which is quite uncanny, exactly 3 years later. Twins, 30th of November, 2022. Sometimes I just wonder if I can be a good enough father. It took me a long, long time just to accept myself as I am. Only starting to accept sometimes I still battle. I mean, there's a lot that goes on in the mind I'm not aware of. And yeah, so to find a decorator. I sometimes wish there was just nothing to deal with. The thing is, I know how to deal with things. This is the thing. It becomes part of the practice. That becomes a meditation. Calling up a decorator. Well, welcoming to the house, telling them what needs to be done, being friendly, offering them a tea, paying them, wishing them goodbye. That all becomes a meditation. But it's that I got so used to doing things for so long that just the way I was raised and the way I've witnessed other people do things, family, it's like everything's got to be done in like a stress, panic. And I just got in that habit that everything, like, you've got to do something sort of like while the iron's hot. Strike now, like do it, sort it now. And the thing is, I mean, there's some usefulness in that, like, because sometimes maybe you never do something unless you do it while sort of the energy is high. But then if you're always doing that, you just burn out because you never have the chance to sort of step back and reflect, think, what's the best route? You just end up going any route that your impulse takes you in that moment. And I've done that countless times. It's not really something I want to do anymore. It's a habit I'm trying to break. And I'll probably keep failing and keep trying and keep failing and keep trying, keep failing, keep trying. But as Rocky said, it's not about how hard you hit, it's about how many times you can get hit and still get up. Because I don't know if that's the exact words, I can't remember. May have been something like dust yourself off or something. But that's it. There's also something in Judaism about the righteous fall at least twice, the wicked only falls once. It's like they give up once they've been consumed by their greed or their rage. So they don't get up again. They fall once. The righteous get up. Undoubtedly fall at least. Fall again. it needs to be sieved. Oh, yeah, he's got this stuff at the bottom. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's okay. Probably better if it's sieved. So that's it. 22 minutes. 23 minutes. Around the same length as an episode of South Park, which I've been watching a lot recently. Let's find a decorator.